it's just brutal. And I completely understand and empathise with the amount of performers that are struggling at the moment.
It's a really, really tough time. And, you know, I think it's just horrible. And in so many art forms, so many respects, you know, it's very much a society that we've created within the arts that you're either smashing it, and smashing it is like getting every single audition and you're doing all this highbrow stuff. You've got a new agent, they're putting you out for this, blah, blah, or you're a failure. There's no middle ground. You are either fully employed doing this art form or you are failing. And that is just not true. And it just kind of puts us in this position as artists that you're always auditioning, right? How many times have you heard you're always auditioning, which literally is the feeding sentence for here's some fucking anxiety on a plate, eat it up. You have to always be perfect. That was something that really, really broke my internal record and really set my OCD off, was being always auditioning and having to always be perfect. So you can't be sick. You would go into the coaching and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I have a cold. This is before Corona, obviously. You know, sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. It's okay. I don't normally sound like this. Do you want me to do that? I might just skip the top notes because you can't have an off day. A big thing for me too was when I stopped singing, I was like, okay, I finally have to get some dental work done. It took me 2 extra years to get my wisdom teeth out because I couldn't be not singing for 6 to 8 weeks. I couldn't afford to not sing. I have quite intense endometriosis, and there would be days where I would just be sleeping all day. I couldn't physically get in, or I would get in and I would be like, I need to sit, and I would do coaching sitting down because my stomach was in so much pain, but I couldn't afford to not go to the coaching. So I couldn't afford to get the testing, because if the testing proved that I needed a surgery, which is now the case, then I couldn't be out of singing for that long. So, and there's so many people in situations like this, but we just don't talk about it. And it's wild.
You've really set my cogs going, Bria. To bring it back to what we were talking about a minute ago with the tortured artists thing. I mean, Marilyn Monroe, lots of people don't know, but she had endometriosis as well. So, and meanwhile, she's being squeezed into these outfits that people are sewing her into to make sure that they are seductive enough and all this kind of thing. I guess.
And what was her reputation? She was difficult to work with, you know?
Yeah, and was self-medicating, partly because of mental pain and partly physical, and therein the twain shall always meet. Yeah.
Oh my God, it is literally, I'm so cross right now. I just feel so angry. We've not learned anything since the 50s, you know? It's ridiculous.
My question with all of this is, why? But more specifically, why? What is it that we, as humans, want things, as you said a minute ago? If it's been difficult for us, we're going to make damn sure it's difficult for the next people coming up. Is that part of it? Is it that we actually want our artists to have some platonic ideal of perfection about them? We want to think that they are these kind of divine robots that are always auditioning, always perfect, always on point, always virtuously drinking but not too much, eating but just the right amount. You know, is that some kind of weird kind of like military school for the perfect type mentality? It makes me think of sort of ballet standards and, you know, those kind of classical arts. Same with drama schools a lot of the time. All these things seem to have an element of if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen, but also the heat is only for the perfect and essentially immortal beings.
I think it is a bit of, well, I had to do it, so in order, you know, you have to do it as well. I think it is part of that, but I think part of it too is no matter the art form, sculptors, singers, whatever, you're an entertainer. Even if you are a painter and maybe you aren't a performing artist, you are a performer, because people are engaging in the art. You know, if a guy works in insurance from 8 to 5, he's going to the theatre or he's going to the art gallery because he wants to escape life. You know, we want to divulge into something that isn't in our normal day-to-day life. So we want it to be extreme. We want it to be extravagant. We want it to be glamorous and glorious and things that aren't in our, Piccadilly line journey in the morning, In classical music, we also have this like straitjacket of what this perfection is. We don't have many people of color in the operatic world. And I've been told we almost didn't cast you because we knew that you were gay and we didn't want to put you in the situation of having to be in love with a man on stage. And I just went, that's my fucking decision to make, not yours. It is just consistently broken. And I think it's one of those things where it's like, if we broke it all down and built it back up today, I'm sure it would be nicer, but we have some old crows still in the nest that want it to be what they think is normal.
My question is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Is there some good we can glean from this conversation?